Hi, I'm Lisa Marie Latino, and thank you for joining me on another episode of Hip New Jersey. Today we're celebrating, well, us. We're here at Kendra Scott Short Hills to toast to our 5-year anniversary and all of the wonderful things happening at Hip NJ, including our new studio and website. Let's take a look at our Fairfield home base with Rutkay, founder of CR Interior Designs.
I am Rutkay, and I'm the principal and owner of CR Interior Designs. After college, I made the decision to get into the luxury home goods sector and went to work for Ralph Lauren and worked in their Short Hills store until I took an assistant junior decorator position with David Easton. It was exciting and a place to really hone my skills. I consider it to be an apprenticeship. I then went on to work for Charlotte Moss, also in New York City, and after a few years with her, decided to work in New Jersey with my own clientele. The business that I have today is interesting. I work with a lot of different kinds of homeowners and business owners, improving their space, whether it be from a decorating standpoint or a complete renovation and overhaul of their home. So I met Maria about 11 years ago, and I had been selected to do a show house in a home in Summit, New Jersey. And I wanted to really capitalize on the opportunity, and I hired Maria to do the PR for me at that time. And we've always remained in touch. I consider her a good friend.
Hey guys, look at our big, beautiful studio under construction. So exciting! This is gonna be a glass door. This is the main entrance.
The space was very raw, and I would call it raw and generic corporate space that needed a personality. It needed to have youthful expression as well. I feel like Hip New Jersey is synonymous with trends and, to some extent, the feeling of youth and what is up and coming in New Jersey. I really wanted this space to reflect that. Well, we did use the floor material to delineate the entry from the rest of the space. You will see we went from a checkerboard pattern to a solid, and it is sort of like a no transition, so to speak. I think it gives the entry a sense of importance, even though there isn't a wall. We created a half wall in order to build some cabinetry that serves as the coffee bar. The personal office space is shared space, and I really especially love the idea of having done the high top desks. These are desks that we sourced at CJ Office. I think that it's also a trend to actually have flexible workspace where you can sit, you can stand. It is a great benefit to productivity. Well, we needed some mirrors, considering that, there are a lot of fashion clients of this business. We needed a place to hang product and be able to see product reflected in a mirror, and we were able to repurpose from my mother-in-law's home a mirrored armoire, and that sits in the corner and serves as storage and also the mirror surface that we needed. I think the editing room worked out perfectly to, again, repurpose the leather seating that had been in the previous long shot office, and it's that kind of timeout space as well. So I think that at the end of the day, all worked out well, and we were able to fit the sofa in there. Well, the Hip New Jersey set, I think Lisa definitely had the most input in this area since this is her forte. And the white seating has been a great choice. I've loved the opportunity, and I think that the finished space really speaks for itself.
Today, Hip New Jersey is at Kendra Scott Short Hills to celebrate the launch of the new hipnewjersey.com. The site boasts an improved mobile-friendly design, optimized page speed, and decreased load times. Not to mention, improved ability to browse previous stories by category. Let's meet the mastermind behind the all-new hipnewjersey.com, Shane Skwarek of SFX Small Business Solutions.
My name is Shane Skwarek. I am the owner and chief technologist of SFX.com Small Business Solutions. SFX.com Small Business Solutions is a small boutique technology consulting agency. We specialize in working mostly with small businesses, startups, new entrepreneurs, and a lot of times nonprofits and organizations as well. So right out of college, I took a job in Manhattan. I worked on Wall Street as the director of technology for a company that basically trained people to analyze the stock market. It was a really great job. I really loved my job, but I hated my commute. My commute was about 5 hours round trip each day. I really loved the beach, so I kind of had to make a decision if I wanted to move up to Manhattan or kind of continue living down by the Jersey Shore. In the midst of all that commute, I had the opportunity to work on a lot of different projects on the side. That 5 hours, it takes a little while, so you can get a lot done in that time. I started to find that I was able to connect with a lot of small businesses and local businesses in our community. I was in La Valette and Long Beach Island, so there's a lot of seasonal businesses, so I got an opportunity to kind of work hands-on with some of them, and found there was a little bit of business there. So the decision from there was, do I want to keep doing this long and arduous commute or kind of give it a shot just doing my own thing? And I decided to end up doing my own thing. I cut down all those hours, and I kind of got fortunate enough that the company I had been working for took me on as a consultant, and a lot of the small businesses kind of kept pushing my name around, and I got a lot of referral business from them too. So things kind of picked off, and I really never looked back since. So I have a very unique work life. One of the benefits of being able to work from home is obviously the flexibility. And now with 2 young children, I also get the opportunity to spend a little more time with them. I've got 2 children, like I said, but there's only one with me here. Our daughter does get to go to daycare 3 days a week. So it's not always hectic in our house. For the most part, until this guy heads off there, it's sometimes certainly a challenge, but a fun one at that. Yay. This is Victor, and then Mia is my daughter. My wife works full-time. Her name is Melina. She works at Lakehurst School District in the administrative office, and she works directly with the superintendent as her secretary right now. Aside from working, she also goes to school full-time, and she's currently pursuing her master's degree. So my first exposure to Hip New Jersey was actually from a long-term relationship with Lisa. We had worked on some projects together, particularly one with the CMT Association in Manhattan with Long Shot Productions. And I kind of had the opportunity to see Hip New Jersey start to get built up from the ground level, right when it was just sort of an idea to launch a website that talked about what was hip and what's kind of going on in New Jersey. And then, subsequently a TV show. So it's been a really cool experience watching them grow and seeing the whole process and to get into where we are now. So when we first sat down to talk about the Hip New Jersey website, one of the main things that really came to the forefront was just how quickly the original website overgrew its use. There was a lot of news stories coming in there. The traffic just started building up, and the framework of that website really wasn't designed to support the growth that HIP New Jersey was going through at the time. So what we really wanted to do is optimize two things. We wanted to make the website super mobile friendly, and we wanted to make it quick to load on a PC, on a tablet, on your cell phone, wherever you are. We wanted that to come in really quickly. So when we sat down with those two things in mind to sort of formulate the design, we went for a really simplistic look that put the content at the forefront. A lot of the news sites you go out there and look at these days, they're inundated with content, and it kind of gets overwhelming sometimes. You go on a major news outlet's website and it's just story and story and story all over in your face, and you get lost and you really don't know where to go, and you end up just closing it all out. We didn't want to do that with HIP New Jersey, so we sort of organized the content in a way that put the main stories in front of your face, but allowed you to kind of navigate through and feel like you can get a little bit of everything without getting completely overwhelmed. So a couple of the really awesome things that we did, and it kind of became a priority. Building the website, we did what's called on-page search engine optimization techniques, or SEO. And it's a really big buzzword now in the tech industry. And really what that means is it allows Google and Bing and a lot of these search engines to crawl through your website and be able to index your content so that it gets delivered out a lot easier. So with all of my clients, the way the process typically works for me, I wish I could take credit for everything. I certainly cannot. I like to usually sit down with my clients, and in this case, we sat down with Lisa and Maria, and we just decided, what appeals to you guys? What are your favorite websites to look at? Everyone has something that they really enjoy, or a website they really like to go to. And so once we can identify sort of those inspirations, we kind of put them all together and pick and choose, what exactly is it that we like about these sites? Is it the simplicity, which we keep coming back to? Is it the color scheme? Is it the way content sort of flows through? By taking each of the elements and putting them together, we end up building what we have now with HIP New Jersey. Some of the new features we ended up adding are included a more fleshed out search function and a browse function that let you kind of deep dive into different categories of the website, and the editors and the writers that actually contribute to the website all the time. Every story you're going to open up, you're going to see a small picture and a bio that's going to lead you out to another page that talks about everything that every writer has ever contributed to the site. And I really like that feature. I think that it gives each person that's contributing their own pat on the back, per se. They can go on there and they can actually see that their contributions are valued and appreciated. So I think, for me, coming to the HIP New Jersey site, one of the things that I really enjoy is events. It is incredibly hard, even in the age of social media, to find things that are family friendly. You go out there and you look around, and whether you Google things or kind of search for your Facebook or Instagram, sometimes finding things on social media can be very difficult. You can always find a brewery to go to, or a bar or a nightclub, but just family friendly events are often pretty tough. So I absolutely love the final result of the website. That's probably sort of self-gratifying to say that I worked on it and that I also love it. But really what I think it does compared to the previous iteration of the site and compared to other sites is it puts a lot more focus on the people that kind of work behind the scenes. You look at HIP New Jersey by itself, and the spotlight it puts on other small businesses around the state. It's kind of this feel-good energy and this really great atmosphere. You get to dive into industries that you never even knew existed and get to become a quick expert on them.
HIP New Jersey has come completely full circle in its journey. The original vision, developed by Maria Falzo and Lisa Marie Latino, was to produce a local television show showcasing the best places to live, work, and play in the Garden State. However, with major media outlets advising HIP NJ to focus digitally, the team listened. HipNewJersey.com launched in 2014 during Super Bowl week at MetLife Stadium, and it featured a social calendar of HIP happenings throughout the state, product giveaways, written features, and a robust library of original video content, filmed on location or our own state-of-the-art production studio in Fairfield. Today, HIP NJ has a reach of over 2 million digital viewers across social media, email, and HipNewJersey.com. In 2018, HIP New Jersey was approached by HTTV to develop a 30-minute magazine-style program. The episodes reach over 600,000 homes in Morris, Essex, Union, and Somerset counties. The show can also be streamed from anywhere in the world from HIP NJ's second broadcast partner, NJ On Air. Episodes have been hosted from makeup mogul Bobby Brown's Boutique Hotel, The George in Montclair, Bloomingdale Short Hills, Whiteman Farms in Morristown, Ocean Place Resort and Spa in Long Branch, and Alfa Romeo of Morris County in Whippany, to name a few. HIP New Jersey hopes to give exposure to people, businesses, and nonprofits throughout the state for years to come. Hometown Television just unveiled a whole new look of their own and filled us in on what's next for the channel.
I'm Lisa Allen, and I'm on the board of HTTV. I also host 2 shows. One is called As a Matter of Fact, which is a bipartisan political show. And I also do Community Conversation with another gentleman on the board, and we talk about issues that affect our community.
And I'm Amanda Olson. I'm the station manager of HTTV.
HTTV has been in existence for 40 years. This is our 40th year anniversary, which is a big deal. We have been in the same location. It's a nonprofit cable access station, and we are one of the very few that still exist in New Jersey. There's about 11 of them, but Summit is very unique in the sense that people can still come into the station and produce a show. Most of the cable access stations around the state, you only can do it through the government. It's either government run or educational run. Yeah. So we cover government, we have private shows, we have education.
Health shows, we work with different businesses in town, we cover local events, whether it's the meetings, the government meetings, concerts, all sorts of stuff that's kind of going around in the area.
It's all about building community and making sure that we have this hyper-local message where people understand what's happening in their town, because there's very few places you can actually go to now to watch a council meeting or Board of Ed, and so we provide that service.
Our biggest client is actually Paper and Playhouse, because besides being a TV studio, we're also a production house. So we get to take some of our equipment out into the field, DSLRs, GoPros, rigs, and things like that to keep up with what's going on, the technology that's going on, Everything's evolving and changing, and we try to, at the best of our ability, keep up with different things and techniques.
What I love about HGTV too is you can do PSAs, so a lot of the mayor or somebody from council will come down here and they do the PSAs. And what I personally enjoy as a talk show host here in the station, there's really nowhere to go aside from New York City to do a show. So oftentimes I'll tell my friends, I do a talk show, and they're like, you're kidding me, where is it and how do you do it? So it's really unique in the sense that you can come down here, you have 3 cameras in the studio, you have a director who's in the back, and they're using the audio and the soundboard. And
the teleprompters to help you out.
Yeah, I love the teleprompter. And then the best part of it is that the interns will come here from the universities and they get real hands-on experience. So they're coming into the studio, they're working with the equipment, they're creating storylines, they're doing, I don't know if this is the technical term, but soup to nuts. They're actually able to work on a project, soup to nuts, and then walk out of here and be able to put that on their resume.
So we just rebranded. It took almost a full year to go through. We were formerly Hometown TV, and formerly before that, Communities on Cable. And so over the generations of Hometown TV or HTTV, it's changed a lot. Same concept, but always just evolving. Our colors are black, white, and red. And I think those are timeless, sleek colors as well. We had some graphic design interns this summer, and they were incredible, and they were able to put together all sorts of different marketing tools. HIP New Jersey has been really a great relationship, because they promote our station as well as putting their really awesome content on our station as well. So it's kind of like a really cool give and take. We stay as local as possible, and we do reach out a little farther, but they're doing all of New Jersey, which is great. So it's a nice partnership.
A nice blend.
It complements, I think, what we're about,
It's really hard to compete. There's so much content out there, but yet it's not all quality. So being able to partner with a HIP NJ, to your point, that covers all of New Jersey, it still fits into the hometown feeling. Media is now becoming more collaborative rather than an individual, trying to survive on your own. We even have a partnership with Tap Into and Summit, which is really important because they can use our content, we use their content, just like HIP NJ, and so that really helps make it much more colorful and productive, and all of us can flourish much better in a collaborative partnership.
So content is king, and the king of that content is video. So we hope to keep just relevant in always updating the different technologies that we have here, and being more, I guess, a production house. It looks like it might go that way, but we are always going to be who we are, which is cover the local events and the new businesses in town and things like that, because I think it's really important to know what's happening in your community.
Yeah. And I would just add to that in order for us and most media, the cable access stations to be sustainable, is people have to be aware that the funding comes from the state. And so that funding is starting to go away. And so if people really care about local programming, then always being a voice to, talk to your local legislator or your council and say, listen, we want our cable access to be funded. So I just wanted to put that plug in there too, because as we can see, all the news, the bigger news all comes from the bigger stations. And so we don't want to lose all that local information for people.
So if anybody is looking to do a TV show, they have an interest, they can contact us via our website, has our email address and also our phone number, and pitch their idea to us. We do have some forms that you would fill out, and they would go through a process, going through the board. But once it's approved, we kind of start rolling from there. We kind of make your dreams come true. Like if you always want to do a kids show, you can pitch that to us and let us know what your goals are, and we will be able to make that happen for you, for sure. And if it's a business looking for some type of video service, they want a video of their, to promote their business, just contact us. Email, phone, we're always open to that,
And it's a nominal cost, considering how much video can cost.
Yeah.
Because we're a local cable access, we're really reasonable.
So if you want to find us online or follow us, go to HTTV Productions on our Facebook and our Instagram. And then our website
is httvonline.org.
Kendra Scott is a loving mom, a driven entrepreneur, and a passionate designer who believes the truest form of success is giving back in a meaningful way. As a creative mind with a love of natural gemstones, Kendra designed her first collection of jewelry in 2002. The foundation of Kendra's success has been her infectious energy and entrepreneurial spirit, which took her from a $500 project in the spare bedroom of her home to a $1 billion fashion brand loved globally. Known for her unique use of color and quality materials, Kendra has created collections of timeless pieces that have won over loyal fans, media, and celebrities alike. Since she began her company, Kendra has lived by 3 core values: family, fashion, and philanthropy. She created a brand and culture that authentically values giving back and making a positive difference in the community. The Kendra Scott Company maintains a focus on its customers and the causes close to their hearts, abiding by the mantra, what matters to you matters to us. Let's raise a glass to entrepreneurs everywhere as we welcome the newest luxury brand to hit the Garden State.
Today we are at an amazing Hip New Jersey event at the Kendra Scott Studio in the Short Hills Mall, and we're here to help the celebration. We brought lots of yummy, grain-free, gluten-free brownies, cupcakes, treats for everybody to enjoy. The Kendra Scott store is amazingly beautiful. I do events like this in the community because I'm a big believer in being a part of a community and not just a business, a sole entity. And I'm a huge believer in women-owned businesses. And for those reasons, I'm so happy to be here celebrating today. New Jersey is a great place to live with amazing businesses, amazing people, and the more we can celebrate that, the happier everybody is.
As a small business owner, it's so competitive to get your message out to various customers. And hipnewjersey.com does an awesome job at doing that.
So great to be a part of an organization, a company like Hip New Jersey, because I just get introduced to so many amazing people that are doing such great things right here in the Garden State, and now everybody can get to know them and love them. And it's all about, helping each other out and networking and meeting new people. And I personally love working for Hip New Jersey just because so many amazing people and companies and celebrities are from right here in New Jersey. So to get to be a platform for some of them is just amazing.
There is so much buzz going on. I cannot even begin to explain the excitement. The color bar, you cannot even move. It's so much fun. Kendra Scott has such a powerful meaning behind her. Her 3 pillars, family, fashion, and philanthropy, is huge. And so we're really grateful to have Hip New Jersey just spread the word about us.
We are sampling our stacks, and we have 4 different flavors tonight. We have strawberry shortcake, we have uptown brownie, we have sprinkled with love, and we have brownie blitz. It's been awesome. We've been here for 2 hours. It's been nonstop, and it's been really great. It's great exposure for our brands. You can call me and email me, but I don't have a brick and mortar. So something like this is really great brand exposure for us, and it gives us a chance to meet directly with the customers.
We are mixing it up in the Short Hills Mall and celebrating hipnewjersey.com. There has been so many people that come in. I have never left so empty-handed before, and I'm happy to introduce B-Mix to as many people as possible. Hip New Jersey has been fantastic because they are a go-to for all information, and they have been so supportive and wonderful for B-Mix, and we are happy to work with them because what they say matters.
We're having a ball with Hip New Jersey, and I'm featuring Color Street Nails. Super fun, instant, easy nail polish. Hip New Jersey is an amazing vehicle to share anything that's happening in the Garden State. I've been following them for many years now myself, and just my own experience sharing a brand new startup company has been very successful. So the ladies are loving it. It's just great exposure. So if you're not hip yet, get hip and get with it.
Hip New Jersey is great. It gets businesses out there that people might know about it. We're in a small town in Hunterdon County, so it's great for us to, get our voice out there and to learn and support other women and other businesses in New Jersey. Kendra Scott's jewelry is beautiful. I would definitely come back here again. I love going to events. I wouldn't have come here if there was not an event hosted by Hip New Jersey. So it's fun to be here, and I'll be back here again for sure.
Thank you for joining me on another episode of Hip New Jersey. For everything Garden State, visit us at hipnewjersey.com. We'll see you next time.